And I'm back after a week of a break where I've been working at a children's camp. If I sound particularly sexy in this video, it's because my voice is not still recovered and y'all get to reap the benefits of it.
Intro?
I'll try to make this video in just one take because my priority is just getting it done after a week of a break because I still have episode 6 to review. So episode 5 is a Morty graffiti. It's split somewhat evenly between two plot lines, one about Morty, Summer, and Space Car and some new kid from their school, Bruce Chutback, whoever. And the other one, the A plot line, is Beth, Jerry, and Rick against Hellraiser-style creatures. This is a pretty decent episode. I'm going to split this video, as always, into 3 segments. Continuity, how does this episode contribute to overall continuity of the season? Second one will be character arcs, and the third one will be quality of the episode. So when it comes to continuity, we still cannot really tell whether there is any, but if there is any, I feel that this episode is a worthy contribution because it manages to give the characters decent arcs. I have completely abandoned hopes for a bigger plotline in the background because there is none and it's halfway through the season, so there won't be like an event that everything is leading up to. But I still hope for a continuity in the sense that the character arcs are consistent. I feel that Rick's characterization is somewhat consistent and this episode moves characters along at least a little bit. So a worthy addition to the continuity of the show. When it comes to the character arcs, I'll just discuss every character separately, starting with Jerry. Jerry in this episode is kind of like a snack for the Hellraiser creatures because he's so lame and uncool. He's unaware of his cringe, and because of that, the pain creatures feed on his unself-aware awkwardness, I guess. I don't think he goes on much of a journey. He gets hurt when he realizes that not only the hell creatures but also Rick and Beth think that he's cringe and he wants to be loved for himself. So kind of lacks self-awareness because being cringe and awkward is a big, very, very big part of his personality, and Beth loves him not even despite it. She just loves him and he's cringe. So I'd say he's more of a tool than a person in this episode because Beth and Rick's characters and how they relate to Jerry, their arcs are more important than Jerry's own. When it comes to Beth, she doesn't really go on too much of a journey, but what is showcased in this episode is that she is like her commitment to Jerry is very well showcased. She's really, really all in Team Jerry, and I love it. She just chose Jerry all the way and is fine with the consequences of that choice, such as the cringe and the awkward. I don't know, I really, really like it. I feel that she just takes him as he is, which he doesn't really realize in this episode, but she just accepts him as a person, which is cool and fine. There is a little bit of a hint where Rick seems to compliment Beth and think well of her, and she still has appreciation of that. This Beth does not crave and need Rick's appreciation, but she's open to it and wants it. So it's a need versus want. She would still appreciate and want some sort of connection with her father. Speaking of, Rick has, I think, maybe the biggest arc because at first it seems like Jerry is the cringiest person in the family, but this episode kind of points out that Rick is maybe even more cringy because he stays with them by choice, willingly. Also, I really like how they framed that cringiness or awkwardness does not exist in a vacuum. Somebody has to perceive it, And his reaction to Jerry is what actually fed and made the hell creatures happy. He stays by choice. He loves Beth. There was even a sentence, I'll put it on the screen, which kind of hinted at, or well, he didn't hint it, stated outright, Rick stated outright that he loves both Beth and Jerry because he's cool enough to feel that and to admit that, which makes him uncool as perceived by the monster in the background. My point is, self-awareness is not Rick's biggest strong point. It has never been. And this episode just plays with that. So this Rick in this season is very caring and family oriented. So I feel it's very in character for him to come to the conclusion that he loves Jerry as well. That's my point. He's becoming a family man. When it comes to the character arcs of the kids, Summer and Morty are kind of back to being very cringy and awkward. In the past couple of episodes, Summer seemed to not care about her social status, or just it wasn't really relevant in the previous episodes. Neither was it to Morty, and he seemed like a cool badass. He had a cool girlfriend, or multiple at this point. No, I think he only was in Planetina this season. I don't want to go back and check. Anyhow, both of them seemed to not care about their high school life. It was not relevant. But here, they seem to care, and to become cooler, they enlist the help of a new kid, Chadbach, or whoever Chadbach, that boy. Because he, as a new person, has potential to be a cool guy, is my point. And they take the car for a joyride. I don't know how to sum it up the most concisely, but they realize that Chadbach is not actually cool. He just tries to be, and they respect themselves enough to accept their own cringiness. So maybe their people's own cringiness and awkwardness and self-acceptance is the emotional theme of the episode, because that's what Jerry and Rick's arcs were about. Beth's was not so much about her own awkwardness, but more so about her acceptance of Jerry, who's the source of awkward. Her kids also come to the conclusion that they are fine being their cringy ass selves. The car also goes on a journey to self-acceptance. She accepts herself for a car, which is an awkward thing to be when compared to the Transformer-like beings who are mentioned in this episode. Like, she also has the cringe factor, I guess, that she battles. That's weird. That's really weird. There is also a minor plot point in Summer and Morty's storyline where they choose kind of to be the bigger people and not sacrifice Chadbach. That kind of can be meaningful in the sense that I believe the prisoner's dilemma was relevant in one of the previous episodes. I mentioned it in one of my reviews, I'm sure playlist is here. Anyhow, so prisoner's dilemma and cringe, awkward, yeah, them's the themes. When it comes to the overall quality of the episode, I think I've been talking for longer than I wanted to. I don't have much to say about the quality of the episode. I think it was very, very solid. I don't have any criticisms about it. Like, there were no weak points or things that I really want to criticize, which I, in general, appreciate. I think this episode has the potential to be not maybe one of the classics, but one of the less offensive episodes. And definitely one that I can go back to. And also, I think this episode goes well with the one about sperm, which was episode 4. Because not only awkwardness, but shame is a theme in both of them. Maybe that's why I enjoy it so much, because I mentioned previously, I think shame as this complex emotion that we have to accept in ourselves is very interesting to me. So that's a theme that I enjoy. I really like the Hellraiser reference. I didn't really catch too many references in this episode, if any. I don't think it even referenced any previous episodes, so it was very, very, very self-contained, but there were character arcs which I think can contribute to the development of characters. So I think with that I'll just wrap things up. I hope y'all missed me. Please like and comment, especially if you're from Reddit. I would really appreciate it, because my statistics from there don't really carry over, and I would like to see them on this platform still. Anyhow, I do appreciate if you watch it, and see y'all tomorrow, because that's when my review of the newest episode will come out. So yeah, cheers and bye.